For the first 18 years of my life, I only knew the city. I knew crowded streets and public transportation. I knew Chicago, and mostly neighborhoods that tourists don't visit. And it was likely the chaos that pushed me to find somewhere smaller. I had a few stipulations when I began my college search. I wanted an institution with small class sizes so that I could develop a relationship with my professors. I needed scholarship or financial support, and I wanted to be able to get home quickly if I ever had to. Grinnell checked all those boxes, but I still declined to visit. I'd visited 12 or 13 other institutions during my search, but interactions with an admission counselor and multiple Grinnell alumni swayed my decision. Though I must admit, once I stepped foot on campus, I wasn't quite sure what I'd gotten myself into. Grinnell took some time to get used to, but it didn't take too long before I began to realize that many of the differences I was noticing were positive ones. You know how people wave at one another when they're stopped at an intersection? You're likely to get another kind of hand signal in Chicago. And how people nod and smile in passing on campus, I was surprised to be greeted by kindness from strangers. My time at Grinnell became dictated by opportunity. I had the chance to play football, which I'd never done before. I was engaging with students who were the best of the best. They were smart, articulate, and gave me confidence in the world. My best friends back in Chicago hadn't even planned to go to college. My grand plan was to graduate from Grinnell, go back to Chicago, and work in the finance sector. But as many of you in this room know, things don't always go as according to plan at Grinnell. The night before I graduated, one of my coaches and I were having a couple of drinks. We all know a couple of Grinnell stories that start that way. But my coach began to talk about staying in Grinnell. He said, "Wouldn't you like the chance to help support other students of color some more? The opportunity to help others with diverse perspectives realize the resources that Grinnell could offer. Don't you want to come back?" I did. And 13 years later, I'm still there. My work for the college allows me to continue my education from a different perspective. I get to help keep alumni connected. I get to help them continue engaging and learning. I got to meet my wife there, start a family, not something I ever thought I'd do in a little town in Iowa. And when I think about what's kept me there, I'm not quite sure I can put a figure on it. My friends and I don't have one distinct shared trait or characteristic that's kept us together, but certain experiences have led me to certain people. It's a great story about moving day. While I was on South Campus getting unpacked, my mom was in the middle of Walmart, crying her eyes out, concerned about leaving her baby in the middle of Iowa. A Grinnell student went up to her that day, talked to her, and assured her that her baby would be okay. Who of you would have thought that a decade later, I'd be standing next to that student in his wedding, or that he'd be the godfather to one of my children? That's the difference at Grinnell. The type of people who attend and graduate from Grinnell are the type of people that don't only make promises, they keep them. From the moment I stepped foot on campus, I wanted to prove that I belong and give back to the institution. From the moment Grinnell offered me a job, I wanted to help put others on their path to impact. And I want to tell all of you that I'm proud of what the college has given me, and I'm going to do everything in my power to help it continue in its pursuit of greatness. And that's my promise.